Hi. I just wanted to talk about, I guess something I talk about pretty often outside of the games. But women, I love women. I love talking about women. But there's, I don't know, just some random stories with women. I guess I can start off with something that happened pretty recent, dude. This is like the most embarrassing thing I could talk about in a while. Oh my, this is like something that happened like I think like last week, maybe 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks ago actually. But yeah, also just noting there is no live stream today. It is September 8th. I tried live streaming and I got just annoyed with it. But yeah, so let's bring this back about 2 weeks ago. I think yeah, 2 weeks ago. I'm hungry. I walk to McDonald's. There's a McDonald's, not too far from here. So I walk there. I get my food. Well, I'm waiting for my food, and there's this girl that's mopping this floor up, right? And she's talking to me, like trying to have a full blown conversation with me. So I'm talking, I'm trying to be nice, but I'm looking at her, and I don't know what in my head was telling me that she was fine, but I was like, dang, she might could get it. She might could get it. But anyways, so we talk and I end up giving her my number. I end up asking for her number, but there was like a couple of red flags. So I'm gonna tell you what it is later on, but there's a couple of red flags that I seem to that I should have. I mean, I noticed, but I should have like put it together. Actually, I was getting suspicions of this, but I didn't want to be rude of it. But the first red flag was that she told me that she only worked one day out of the week, and that was only Tuesdays. So I was like, all right, all right, all right. So I end up, talking to her later that night, and throughout the whole next day, she's asking me questions that also raises that suspicion, right? She's asking me if I like cuddles, and she asked me like if I like cuddles, if I had my first kiss yet. Mind you, during the conversation, the initial conversation at McDonald's, right? I asked her how old she is because she told me she worked one day and she said 21. I was like, okay, cool, cool. So yeah, she starts telling me a little too much information, like sending me her address, and that was another red flag. Her telling me too much information. I don't know why, but out of nowhere, I got a little too horny. I can say that. Um, and the conversation got super freaky while I was at work, right? I'm a delivery driver, so I'm like texting her in between stops and stuff like that, right? And the conversation is like super duper freakalicious, right? And she's sending me these pictures, she's sending me these types of messages, and I'm sending her messages back. Mind you, I didn't send any pictures. I didn't send her my address, even though we were planning to meet up later that night at my apartment. I didn't send her my address. So she doesn't have anything to prove that it was me. Aside from the way I text. I text very eccentric sometimes, I guess. So yeah, anyways, the workday goes by and the horniness starts cooling down. Now, mind you, I asked her to send her some videos earlier that day, and she told me she was busy, and I was like, "All right, cool." She said she'll send it later, but in between the time of me asking that and her sending that, which is a couple of hours, there was something that just told me like I should probably ask her this question. So I didn't want to come off and be rude, but I asked her, I was like, do you have any conditions that make it so that you work one day a week? Because I had this one coworker while I was at Pizza Hut that only worked, I think, one day a week. And it was for like an hour and 45 minutes, right? She would work from like what? 12:45 to like, I don't know, 3:15, I think, something like that. Or like, I don't know. I don't know what an hour and a half. It's like something from like 1:45 to like 3:15 or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, it was like an hour and a half, I think. But yeah, anyways, so she had this condition. I don't know what kind of condition this woman had, but she was like 32. Now, mind you, I'm thinking this woman is like 16 or something like that. But no, she's like 32. So she's working one day. And I'm like, okay, This girl right here kind of reminds me of her. So I was like, yeah, do you have any conditions that make it so you only work one day? And she just outright told me that she was slow and that she had a learning disability. And I was like, okay. I kind of saw it. I saw the signs. She was telling me her address. She told me about this time that she got, what is it? I don't want to say the exact word. And I don't want to use any of those censored words, but she got forced into doing something she initially didn't want to at like 14, you know. And she was like telling me like in detail, and I was like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna do that to you. I promise I'm not gonna do that to you. Like, if you don't want to, I'm cool with that. I'm not gonna do anything to you." And I was like, "Yeah, because that's like really weird." Like at first she was telling me about it, and I was like, "Girl, that's illegal." And then she proceeded to tell me further, and I was like, "Okay, you got raped. Yeah, you got raped." But anyways, um, after I started thinking about it, cause I was like, "Do I really want to hit a slow chick? Do I really want to hit a slow chick?" And ultimately, like, not even like I don't know if it was the Holy Spirit or not, because mind you, this is when I'm like feeling far from God. I'm feeling closer to Him now. I'm starting to want to do better with Him, which is why I haven't been cursing as much, thankfully. But at the time, I'm like, do I really want to hit a slow chick? And I'm just like, nah. And I just tell her straight up, I'm like, look, I'm not comfortable with, doing this with somebody with your mental capabilities. You know, it's gonna be feeling like I'm having sex with a child. Now, not physically, like because she's small. Like she's short, but she's shorter than me, but not like massively short. Like it's not like I'm like right here. It's not like I'm like right here because this is 6'1" right here, right? And she's like right here. It's more like I'm right here and she's like right here. Probably like right here, somewhere around this area, right? So it's like mentally, it's like, do I really want to do this? It's like, nah, I don't think I want to. So I tell her like, yeah, straight up. But then she, we talk out friendly. I was like, yeah, I'm cool with being friends with you, but nothing more than that. And then later on, she sends me the videos that I asked her to, and I didn't watch them because I was still at work. But there was something she also did that was like, okay, I might block this girl. She was telling me that she loved me and stuff like that, and I was like, slow it, slow it, slow it, slow it, slow it, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. This this ain't it. That don't tell me that you love me. And she was like, all right, I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, don't do that again. Like, don't do that. Don't do that again. And she kept doing others. Like she did some other stuff that made me want to block her as well, which was blowing up my phone and constantly calling me. Like the first night that I got her number, like the night I got her number, she kept calling me like twice, and I was like, dude, I'm not about to answer any of these calls. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know if you about to record my voice or something like that, but nah, I'm good. You know. And the voice messages that she sent to me, I was like, okay, yeah, this girl. Like even before I found out she was slow, she sent me some voice messages, and I was like, okay, yeah, this girl might be slow because she got like speech impediment. And I'm not saying people with a speech impediment are slow, but I'm saying that she just kind of sounded like it. It's like when you meet somebody with that same condition, it's like you could probably tell that somebody else got it when you see them do the same thing. But anyways, I end up getting home, late at night. It's late at night. I'm on that timing, unfortunately, and I'm looking at the videos, and I'm just like, nigga. She sent me 3 videos of her playing with herself. Nigga, I've never seen somebody play with them. I've never seen a woman play with herself like this. She was like spreading her lips, her coochie lips, and it looked like a slice of turkey that you would get like at a deli or something like that. You know, like the deli section of a grocery store. That's what it looked like. And she like sent this one video where she was like squirting, and like it took me noticing, like peeping the sound and the song in the background, because I wasn't paying attention to it, but it was like this little kiddie song singing about Jesus and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm not about to watch this. You know, she told me good night at one point, like before I watched the videos. And I don't think I replied, but I blocked her like not too long later, because I think I blocked her the next morning, because I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to I don't think I want to deal with this. Like, she might need a friend. I prayed for her, afterwards. That's like at that point where I realized I need to start doing better with God. Cause me almost doing something like this is insane. It's like genuinely insane work. Right. So no, I did not have sex with a slow woman. I almost did, but I didn't. Right. Now, shout out to her for existing, I guess. Shout out to her grandma for giving her a curfew, which was also another red flag. She told me she lived with her grandmother and that her grandma was giving her curfews. And I was like, oh yeah, something ain't right about you. But yeah, I kind of just got to get that out there to kind of shame myself, I guess. Sometimes I just need to be shamed for the stuff I do. And, you know, yeah. But yeah, I solemnly swear, I promise that I did not sleep with her. The last time I had sex was like 2 years ago with my last girlfriend. I'm not gonna say who that was, but maybe we'll do a story time on that. So yeah, hope y'all have a blessed day. This was a learning experience for me, which is to not let women, slow or super genius, get into my head. I need to start thinking with my head and not my head. So yeah, I might be live streaming tomorrow. Subscribe, like the video, comment if you liked it. I'm not advocating you to make fun of me, but I mean, if you do, I kind of understand. But yeah, Jesus loves you. I'm out. Goodbye.